is a drink and love's a drug. Oh, now I think I must be my user. When I was a river trotter, it came to rain and flood. Got me feeling drunk and high, so high, so high. I'm feeling drunk and high, so high, so angel sent from up above. I feel it coursing through my blood. Life is a drink, your love's about to make the stars come out.
Drink from me, drink from me. Pour on a symphony.
When I'm low, 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 got me feeling drunk and high, so high, so high. I'm feeling drunk and high, so high, so
Legends never die when the world is calling you. Can you hear them screaming out your name? Legends never die. They never lose hope when everything's cold and the fighting's near.
it's deep in their bones. They'll run into smoke when the fire is fierce. Oh, pick yourself up, guys.
Quick thing, I realized I didn't have studio mode on. I was just testing my fucking camera, but fuck it. I'll just start early. I was doing this countdown thing. I was testing my mic. My camera wasn't working, so I was trying to get it to work, and I forgot I wasn't on studio mode on OBS. So basically, what studio mode on OBS does is you can shift from scene to scene, and you can edit scenes without having to worry about it switching to the scene in the live stream. But I forgot to do that, and I was like doing the hang loose sign. I was trying to test it out, but yeah. Honestly, I don't really care. It's improv. I'll just start early. 6 minutes until game time. AFC Wimbledon versus Crewe Alexandra. This is a winnable game. This is absolutely a winnable game. And by the way, my scoreboard is kind of set off to the right because I'm testing this out. Okay, let me see if this works. Y'all see it on the screen? Doing some live comments. This one is a little off center because if a message were to be a little bit longer, it would kind of extend further down into the screen. So that is going to be something I'll have to work out in future streams. Like if it's like a 3-line sentence, then it'll fit the whole screen. Right now it's a little off center, but I'm going to be testing out the live comments. I'll have to actually select them manually. I'll try to find a way to actually have them automatically pop up. But this is the best I can do so far. I just have this the chat bar open on the side, and then on OBS I just did window capture. I'm just selecting the comments individually as I go. So if there are any JaggyDons shitters that come on my stream and talk shit, I'll either A, ignore it, or B, highlight it on stream and then call them out for their BS or something like that. But you get the idea, right? I have the comments on there, and feel free to ask questions. I'll answer them on stream. Give you guys a little bit of clout. Probably not gonna get too many viewers for this stream if I'm quite honest, because it is Crewe Alexandra after all. They're kind of a smaller club, so if they were to be playing against a team like Pompey or Sunderland, or if a team in the championship gets demoted, like Hull City for example, or Derby County, you'll probably get some fans there. But yeah, let me see if I can get the lineups pulled up actually, because I was still setting that up. This is sort of a last minute stream. I was doing the graphics. I'm like, I have time to set up for the stream, but then I'm like, I want to add comments, and so I kind of started to run out of time there. So I'll pull up the lineups real quick and see how that is going to turn out. With audio, okay, I have the lineups pulled up, but I didn't even look at the lineups yet. I'm going to predict, let's say, 4-2-3-1, Woodyard, Hardigan. I'm going to say McCormick's going to start. I'm going to say Rodoni's going to start. I'm going to say Asal is going to start. And then I'm going to say Ollie Palmer's going to be up top. 4-2-3-1. It is exactly as I predicted. Okay. Asal on the right, Rodoni on the left, McCormick at cam. This is what I want to see. McCormick, sometimes he starts off at wide, sometimes he starts off at cam. He had a really good game last time out. Calm down. He had a really good game last time out against Pompey. Very active off the ball. Very good on the ball. He didn't have too many opportunities to strike. We really didn't have too many chances, period. But, because we were sitting back a lot, we were trying to counter, put on the high press, double team on the press, and then maybe go on the counter. But Pompey were really good on the ball. Really didn't have that many opportunities for the likes of McCormick, Rodoni, and Asal to shine. But when we did, mainly it was on Rodoni, and he did miss a couple of chances, one in the first half, one in the second half. So hopefully he'll be a little bit more clinical, Jack Rodoni. Luke McCormick, I want to see him start at cam. And Asal is Asal. He's always going to be good on the offense, on the defense, on the pressure. He is a critical player. If you were to give him a role in FIFA career mode, he is on the critical role. You need to have him play pretty much every single game unless he's hurt. But I think this is pretty much standard AFC Wimbledon, 4-2-3-1. Against Crewe Alexandra, typical 5 in the back for Crewe. Their outside backs, Adebisi, I think I pronounced that right, and Kashkit. I think they're very quick from what I've seen in highlights and just the very sporadic moments that I've seen Crewe, because I haven't paid attention to Crewe nearly as much as teams like Sunderland, Pompey, etc. But I know they're very good in the wide areas. I know Gomez sometimes plays as an attacking mid. Sometimes he plays as an outside mid or outside attacking mid. Gomez is going to start on the left today with Murphy in the center attacking mid position. Long and Porter, the Chris duo. Chris Long, Chris Porter up top. I think they both have 2 goals to their name. And their leading goal scorer is Mikhail Mandrin, but he's on the bench today. He was on the bench against Gillingham last time out in their 2-0 victory against the Gills. They only have 2 wins in the season, Crewe. So, this is a very winnable game, right? But, they still have a couple of dangerous players. They're outside backs, Gomez, and then Mandrin, when he does come on, I think will be a notable piece. Their strikers are decent, not world beaters per se, but I think if they find space to shoot, I think Long is pretty clinical when he has the opportunity. But they have struggles on the offensive end, and sometimes the defensive end. Sometimes Kashkit and Adebisi, obviously with 5 in the back, they have more freedom to go up. But sometimes they struggle with recovering, and sometimes the center backs have trouble with balls over the top. And I think they only have like 1 or 2 center backs that are like 6 foot or higher, 6'1", 6'2". The rest are like 5'9", 5'10". So I think set pieces are going to be another key today. I think we really need to take advantage. Anthony Hardigan has to take advantage of the set pieces today. Last time, very poor on the delivery. Hopefully, I predict, and fingers crossed that we will see a set piece goal today, whether from a corner or a free kick. I wouldn't bet on it, but I think today is the day to finally get another set piece goal. And I think Hennigan will get on the score sheet today. I think it's going to be a 2-1 laborious victory for Wimbledon. It shouldn't be that hard for them on paper, but I think, knowing Wimbledon, they'll make it harder for themselves. So I think we're going to see Hennigan on the score sheet with the header, and I'm going to see Palmer in the score sheet. So, come on, you Dons. Also made an Insta for Wimbledon updates. I followed you. Oh, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, who's this? AFC Wimbledon unofficial Instagram. You can link it on the chat if you want free advertising. I'll put it on the chat for you. Can't wait for tonight. Be with you all night. Absolutely. Thanks, bro. So now that everything is said and done, now that I got my predictions, let's pull up the game. Yeah, so okay. Wow, that's terrible quality. I don't know if it's, I don't think it's my net, but I think it's the actual live stream itself. Not the best in terms of video quality for iFollow. Yeah. I'll have to deal with it. It looks like 480p or 720p on like if it were to be a YouTube video, it looks like 480 or 720. So not the best quality that I'm seeing right now on the iFollow. So I'll kind of have to. I don't know if it's the same for Crewe Alexandra iFollow, but we'll just go with it as it is. Obviously taking a knee. Say no to racism. Racism shall not be tolerated in our beautiful game of football or in any situation in society for that matter. I'm just waiting for the kickoff so I can start the timer. Here we go. AFC Wimbledon versus Crewe Alexandra. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Already, we're seeing a ball played to Ayoub Assal already. Alex Woodyard with kind of a 10-yard pass straight over to Assal. Assal had time to turn, unfortunately. Ends up getting his pocket picked. The lines were cleared. So right away, AFC Wimbledon on the front foot, trying to set the tone right from the whistle. And that's what you like to see. Yeah, I got to move the timer too because I shifted the scoreboard. There we go. Awesome. Okay. All right, Alex Woodyard on the left here. Making a run down the left, yeah, playing Assal. A little bit of a combination between the three of Woodyard, Assal, and Guinness. Ball played to... Ollie Palmer actually held it up, tried to play a through ball there to McCormick, but didn't get through all the way. Okay. Let's go, Woody. All right, Woody plays the ball forward. First time ball from Ollie Palmer out wide to Rodoni on the left. Rodoni plays a through ball to Palmer. You got Assal. No, he takes it back to his right. Crosses to Assal. Assal receives it inside the top of the 18. Lays it off. Oof. Damn. Anthony Hardigan was on the shot there with his left foot. Already, great play so far from Wimbledon. 1-2 touch football. Playing it to Ollie Palmer, who lays it off to Rodoni. Rodoni plays a return ball over to Palmer. Palmer plays it over to Assal. Lays it off. Very good start. I need to get my headphones, actually. So let me do that right now. Because I was still I was setting this up last minute. So, yeah, I'll get the iFollow commentary on there as well. Oh, short goal kick here. And of course, AFC Wimbledon with that high press. Crewe is able to work it around. And, well, they were able to work it around for a second there, but it was out for a throw-in. Yeah, that high press from Rodoni and Palmer almost worked there off the short goal kick. I mean, Crewe, last place in the league. I'm not really sure how they're going to fare. I'm not sure if they're going to hold up all game against that patented Wimbledon high press. Long ball forward here. Nest against Walker is able to chest it down and lay it off to Assal. He has plenty of space. Crewe is inviting a lot of pressure right now. Osu out wide here. Or no, not Osu, excuse me. I thought that was Aussie for a second. Header cleared away, not fully away. Woodyard to Redoni on the left. He's going to try to take his man on 1v1 maybe. No, instead he tries to pass it in between two players there. And it bounced off Redoni off for a throw-in. Unlucky. Good idea there from Redoni. Tried to split the defenders with a pass toward the top of the 18, but then it bounced off of him. It bounced off the defender, bounced off of him. But yeah, anyway, as I mentioned already, we've seen Crewe try to play it over to their outside backs a couple of times. They haven't been able to get through the high press yet of AFC Wimbledon. They're trying to work it away again. And Jack Redoni dispossesses here on the left-hand side. Nice back heel. Oof. Ollie Palmer attempted a back heel there towards the inside of the 18. Didn't come off. Intended for Luke McCormick. Yeah, let me put the commentary on actually on the iPhone though. Music off. Yeah, I'll have Rob Cornell help me out in the commentary a little bit, because sometimes when I try to commentate a lot of things at once, I kind of stumble on my words. Anyway, Hardigan winning a header off of the clearance from the keeper. McCormick out wide. Nice little through ball. He was off though. Fuck. Only 4 minutes into the game, obviously, so still plenty of football to be played. But AFC Wimbledon are having their way with Crewe at the moment, at least in terms of possession. Setting the tone early. Oof. Okay. A little bit sketchy there. There was a long ball. Header won by Kashkit after the clearance, and then nobody from AFC Wimbledon initially picked up a runner inside the 18, but cleared away after Anthony Hardigan recovered defensively. Oh, it's Terrell Thomas. What? Oh, shit. I didn't even realize that. I made zero mention of that because I didn't realize. That's Terrell Thomas, by the way. Anyway, AFC Wimbledon dispossess. I'll hold that thought. Alex Woodyard has so much time, so much space. Plays it out wide to McCormick. Cross. Just beyond the head of Asal there. I mean, Wimbledon have already dispossessed Crewe on several occasions, and then there was a 4-on-4. Unfortunately, Luke McCormick's cross was just too heavy there for Asal. I didn't realize that's Terrell Thomas. Terrell Thomas, obviously a very monumental center back for AFC Wimbledon, played with us for a few seasons, and was one of our most important pieces to our Great Escape season, where we also saw, by the way, Aaron Ramsdale, starting goalkeeper for Arsenal, and perhaps could replace Jordan Pickford as that England #1. He was probably the most important part of our Great Escape season, Aaron Ramsdale. But yeah, Terrell Thomas was also part of that squad. Very monumental for our side. He is playing for Crewe as that center back in that 5, with Adebisi, Williams, Thomas, Snass Davies, and Kashkit rounding out the back 5. Let me know if the commentary is okay. Is it too loud? Is it not too overpowering? Let me know if it's. Let me know how it is. Is it just right? Too quiet? The commentary in the background, I mean, relative to my own commentary, of course. As Terrell Thomas takes a free kick now for Crewe on the halfway line, away towards the far side. Hennigan helps it on its way. It's going to go out for a throw to Crewe. Looks like it's going to be Rio Adebisi who's going to take it over on that far side. 7 minutes gone. All right, Adebisi is going to take a throw in here from about 18 yards out on the left-hand side. A little bit of a 1-2 played between him and Gomez. Cross was a poor one, though. Straight to Zana, low and down the 6. I'm streaming, well, I'm watching the game on iFollow right now. It's a subscription service in which you have to pay, if you live in the US or actually anywhere outside of the UK, you have to pay I think if my conversion is correct, probably about like 135, 140 pounds per season. It's 170 something, 178 US dollars for a season. If you live in the UK though, you have to pay per month. You can't pay per year, unfortunately. Kind of unfortunate. But yeah, I'm watching it through iFollow. I'll fix the centering, by the way. I know the comments are not centered properly. But
pretty much level with the edge of the Dons penalty area. Cleared by Hennigan. Back now though with Terrell Thomas in centre field.
Terrell Thomas taking a couple touches, tries to strike towards goal, nothing doing there. Several yards wide.
Nick Zanev watching it all the way, always had it covered. Behind it goes for a goal kick to the Dons, but Terrell Thomas looking to
yeah, I mean, maybe not the best game on paper if you're a neutral fan, because there are better games to watch out there. Especially, there's some championship matches going on right now. And then obviously the Premier League, they barely play on Tuesday. I don't think they actually play on Tuesday, period. They usually play on Saturday, Sunday. Every now and again they play on Tuesday, but it's much more rare. But should be a good game on paper in regards to, Crewe obviously are in last, but they came off a win against Gillingham. And Wimbledon, even though they're the better team on paper, they came off of a loss. So I think should be a good game. McCormick on the left here, defended. Played it back to Rudy. Switches it over to Paul. Okay, Paul Osu's starting, by the way. Yeah, I forgot to mention that. Oof. Yeah, so it's going to be also Guinness Walker, obviously, on the outside backs, and then Hennigan Chukka. Still with a couple of injuries with Henry Lawrence as well as Will Nightingale. And obviously Che Alexandra, too. So 2 outside backs and 1 center back hurt right now. I think Osu played pretty well last time, aside from 1 or 2 instances in which he lost his mark from going forward a little bit too much. Crewe Alexandra playing around the back here, a little bit sketchy. The press from Jack Rudoni forcing the Crewe center back to kick it all the way out for a throw in from about 4 yards out. Instant throw in right away from Guinness Walker. Throws it quickly. Guinness Walker and McCormick kind of knocking around amongst each other. Guinness Walker's going to try to beat Cashkit. No, instead he plays it a Hardigan. A 1-2 intended. Guinness Walker was not making that return run from that pass from Hardigan. Unfortunately, not on the same page, but Wimbledon win possession back off of a header. Oh, Woodyard, nice pass. Kind of a back heel towards the center, but again, that 1-2, that second return ball wasn't the best there from Guinness Walker to Woodyard. Crewe on the attack. Oh, we are all over the place defensively. It's a goal. Just a through ball from Long. And a really fucking good finish from Long. I mean, that was driven low and hard to the bottom left-hand corner, off the post, and side nets. I mean, where do I begin from this? AFC Wimbledon controlling the game. Nesta Guinness Walker tries to play a return pass over to Woodyard, but it was picked off by Gomez. And then Crewe just played out really quick. That's one of the issues with the high press that AFC Wimbledon have. If it doesn't come off, the counter is on. Hardigan came up from the center mid position, came all the way up to try to press Gomez, and unfortunately, it was a ball played forward to number 8, Lowry, and then he played someone else in the center. Whoever that was in the center played. I'm trying to look at the numbers here, because I don't want to get confused. Yeah, it was just a connection between Porter and Long. I mean, Porter on the left played Long through ball. I mean, that's just a really good goal from Crewe. Well worked. They just sat back and countered. That simple. That simple. Just kind of a shitty goal to give up, really. Greetings from Serbia. Nice to see. Okay, here we go once again with the outside run here from Nesta Guinness Walker. And we are really, really pumping balls into that left-hand side. When I say pumping balls in, I mean just playing it on the ground, through balls. Nesta Guinness Walker, Jack Rodoni, playing the 1-2s. Alex Woodyard playing the 1-2. Another 1-2 played between Guinness Walker and Rodoni. This time it was cut off by Cashkit. He's able to get it out for a throw-in. Yeah, it's rough. It's rough to concede this early on. If I were to place blame, I don't want to point fingers, but if I were to place blame on that particular goal, I would have to say Daniel Choka, a little bit slow to recover there. I think he, when there was a forward pass being played there, he actually did stick his foot out, but then he got caught ball watching afterwards. The ball was played through at the expense of Choka being out of position. So yeah, Daniel Choka, a little bit sketchy there. Anyway, long throw here for AFC Wimbledon. Header away, not fully away. Back out to Guinness Walker. Yeah, cross the place too close to the keeper there. Good question. How already letting this go? Positive thinking, though. Positive thinking. AFC Wimbledon started off that first 10 minutes very, very positively on the offensive end. And all it took was just, one quick counterattack. AFC Wimbledon were not prepared defensively. But positive thinking here. Positive visualization. Hopefully they can get a goal at least sometime before the half ends and then just continue to attack Crewe as they have been.
Off the post and giving the visitors a surprise lead here. Of course, buoyed by that victory on Saturday, but Wimbledon is giving them something to really think about and try and move on from here now.
Daniel Choka coming up to try to win the header. Does win the header this time. Daniel Choka has been pretty good with aerial duels. I'm just kind of concerned after that first goal that he gave up with that through ball to Long. Every time he comes forward now, I'm going to be a little bit on edge. Okay, double team between Rodoni and Woodyard once again on that right-hand side, but Crewe work it around pretty well, actually. They knock it with Kashkit and Murphy. Now it's on the left-hand side here, Adebisi. And now Crewe are starting to gain confidence, actually. The first 10 minutes they were kind of sitting back, and now they're starting to knock it around a little bit. A 1-2 between Adebisi and another individual. Adebisi plays across his left foot, down the 6, easily collected there by Zanev. Yeah, it was... Okay, now Paul Osu actually going to be on the attack here after a throw from Zanev. Yeah, it gets picked though. Gets picked off. Ooh, wayward pass there off the high press from Wimbledon. Nice pass over to Asal. Gonna take his man on 1v1. Oof. That was Williams on the defense there, who was able to stand his ground. Asal took it to his right, tried to get the cross out, but Williams got the block in. Corner, excuse me, here for AFC Wimbledon.
Yeah, he's learning all the time, of course. It was a real introductory for him last season and did so tremendously well.
Okay, I got to memorize the numbers here. So 3 Adebisi on that left-hand side, Kashkit 36 on that right. Williams, Thomas, and I'll just call him Davies. I don't want to say Sass Davies. Sass Davies. Williams, 28. Thomas, 5. Davies, 22. Corner kick going to be coming in here. Outswinger, headed away. That was a decent ball there by Hardigan. Maybe a little bit too much of an outswinger, though, and it was headed away anyway. Ooh, nice knockdown from Hennigan off the... That was a good knockdown there from the header from Hennigan as he was still in the top of the 18. But unfortunately, Luke McCormick deemed to have committed a foul on the hold-up as he was trying to strike it towards goal. Positive though. We didn't win the first header, but Ben Hennigan is always going to be a threat. Even if the first clearance is not fully away, Hennigan's going to stay inside the 18 to try to win the second chance there. Or, win the first aerial battle off of the second ball that's lumped in. I did predict Hennigan was going to get on the score sheet today off of a set piece. I know it's a very bold prediction because, you usually don't want to bet on a center back scoring a goal. But I do think that I just have a good feeling we'll score off the set piece today. Yeah. Good point, Rob. Plough Lane, anything but a fortress this season. We've given away a lot of shitty results at Plough Lane so far.
Re-establishing a bit of home form that's very much much on the agenda for the Dons, and even more so having conceded the opening goal to the division's bottom side at Crewe. Again, fresh from that victory on Saturday to really lift their spirits, but again afforded the freedom of the Dons penalty area there to release Chris Long, and the long and the short of it was producing the unerring finish that, as things stand,
Let's take a look at some results around. Okay. Next dead ball, I'll take a look at some results around the league. Crewe just knocking around for now amongst their back line. Some high press there by Asal, but nobody else helps out. Ooh, some sketchiness again from Crewe as they pass it to nobody towards their own goal line, and then one of the center backs recover, but then the clearance was not fully away. Woodyard tried to get it to Osu on that right, but cut off. Here we go. Kashket make it. He is so fucking fast. Kashket on that right hand side here now. Gonna play a cross in, partially deflected there by Ness against Walker, but trickles over to Zanev. Bounced off his chest, went straight to Zanev. So good recovery there from Guinness Walker. Guinness Walker is, he's one to get caught out defensively, but he's good on the recovery. He's very fast, and he's willing to throw his body on the line on the recovery. So that's one positive about his defensive play, even with the con. With the con, there is a pro for Guinness Walker. I'm just being too philosophical here. Okay, so we got an injury, man down for Crewe. Let's take a look at some results around the league. All right. Shrewsbury 1-0 against Sunderland. 2-0 Oxford against Fleetwood. Not the best result there. 1-0 Charlton against Morecambe. Yeah, Charlton were in like what, 14th or something before this game started. Morecambe were in 18th or 17th. Yeah, so far nothing too bad, but nothing too crazy either. They're kind of neutral results. Every other game is 0-0 thus far. Vamos AFC, let's go. I'm guessing by the name Wendell. I'm guessing you're Brazilian? I am Brazilian myself. I was born in the US though. Eu falo pouquinho de português. Oh yeah, Wendell Nascimento. That's definitely a Brazilian name, or yeah, definitely. Wendell Nascimento. Welcome to the stream. Bem-vindo. Ooh. A little bit sketchy there from Crewe. Initially, Terrell Thomas won the first header off of Zanev goal kick, but foul committed there by Alex Woodyard as he tried to come away with the first knockdown. He tried to run towards it. Alex Woodyard, he was so fucking feisty last game. He was all over the place, man. Hopefully he'll keep that same energy and he'll continue to Sorry, I was listening to the commentary real quick. I heard Los Angeles, so I had to pause there. I'm like, huh, someone's watching from LA. LA is like 40 minutes away. Anyway, Ollie Palmer here able to outmuscle Terrell Thomas here. And now top of the 18. Luke McCormick fakes a shot, goes out wide to Redoni. On the overlap, back to McCormick. Ooh, tried to get a cross over the keeper. The keeper kind of palmed it and then had to recollect it around, 1 or 2 yards away from the line there. A little bit sketchy there from the keeper, but he's able to come away with it. Yeah, Redoni was double teamed, so he played McCormick on the overlap. Smart move there, sometimes Redoni wants to take someone on 1v1, but that was a 1v2 there. So good play on the overlap to McCormick. Not the best cross in the world for McCormick, but he did have kind of a bad angle. Was about a yard away from the goal line, so... I think a comeback is coming. AFC will, Crewe had a bit of a spell of possession, bit of a spell of good play for a couple of minutes from around right after their goal, but now AFC Wimbledon kind of took control of the game again. Osu is shielding the ball out on the corner flag and draws the foul. Yes, Osu, let's fucking go. Also, not the most physically imposing player in the world, but he's able to, you know, there's a through ball lumped over the top, and he shielded it out on the corner flag. Draws the foul.
So Anthony Hartigan comes forward. I think in fact it's going to be a free kick over on the far side.
It's just like watching Brazil,
On the far touchline. About
where they have a tendency to like control the game, possession, but then they give away a goal or something, and they lose or they draw.
Hartigan fires it in, plays queuing up for the Dons in the centre.
Oh! That's a goal! Yes! Set piece goal, I fucking told you guys. Let's go. JaggyDons on the header. The goalkeeper was on the line, and he tried to catch it, but then he fell towards, past the line, fell into his own goal, and JaggyDons kind of making sure that that ball stayed in. He kind of followed through and tried to like poke it through. Yeah. I mean, okay, so let me demonstrate. I'm going to be the keeper here. So wait, let me look at the free kick real quick. Beautifully placed free kick, by the way. Top of the 6. Keeper started to come. Went back on his line. JaggyDons headed it low and hard into the ground. Keeper tried to get there, and then it kind of slipped past him. He tried to dive back towards the line, but it was too late. JaggyDons on the score sheet. Let's fucking go. Kind of a bizarre goal there in terms of how it ended up, but there we go. JaggyDons on the score sheet. That's his, what, 3rd goal this season where he headed a goal in? I think 2nd or 3rd. I'm not entirely sure. But I know he has 1 other goal from a header this season. I think it's like his... he obviously scored a goal against Ipswich. He scored a goal against Oxford. I think this is like 4th goal this season, perhaps. 3rd or 4th goal this season. 2nd headed goal, I believe. So, there we go. Get in there, boys. And I haven't seen you in a while, Ware Ryder. How you doing? So anytime AFC Wimbledon score, or maybe not anytime, but whenever he's on the stream, anytime AFC Wimbledon score, post the whale emojis. Redoni, baby. Come on. Yeah, just showing off some of the reactions there for you guys. It's in there, mate. All right, 1-1. The deserved scoreline at the moment. All right, Redoni plays Woodyard square. It's dispossessed, but Ollie Palmer is able to recover possession. Ooh, tries to play a through ball to a Sal, but someone got on the end of that beforehand. A Sal would have been clean through, but it was the center mid there that got his foot to it. And now it's Woodyard defended by Williams on that right-hand side. Yeah, and Adebisi comes over to help on the double team. It's going to be a throw in here for Wimbledon.
But indeed, good return to goal scoring form for
Woodyard to shield it. Back to Woodyard. I mean, I meant to say Redoni to shield it. Back to Woodyard. Another cross. Well-placed cross. This time the keeper comes out to collect. About the same spot, top of the 6. But this time the keeper is able to collect it. Able to exude a little bit more confidence in that particular play. It's a good ball to McCormick from Zanev. Oh! Ollie Palmer, top of the box! Oh. That was a fairly rudimentary play. Zanev kicked it long. Nobody picked up McCormick as he was able to... First touch was brilliant. Touches it down. Square ball over to Palmer. The shot wasn't the best. Kind of shanked it with the inside of his foot. Didn't get enough power on it. About 4 yards wide there. Yeah, Crewe, you're going to have those moments with Crewe Alexandra where they kind of switch off defensively, where they kind of sit back and invite a little too much pressure. And AFC Wimbledon, with the quality they have on the offensive end, again, McCormick, great first touch, McCormick. Oof. Okay, Ollie Palmer out wide. The pass was a little bit hooked too far wide, and okay, Palmer was offset anyway. But it was a little bit of a chip 10-yard pass over to McCormick. First touch, brilliant. And then tries to play Ollie Palmer there. But he was offside. Man, McCormick's been solid today on the ball. So far, at least.
Crewe in the wake of that opening goal to establish a real base camp and a foothold here this evening. And in the end, their lead lasted a little over 10 minutes in the end, I think it was. Jack Redoni, the man on the line. Now building up the play from the back. Moving forward down the inside right channel.
Yeah, so far, ooh, also gets completely ran over by Adebisi. Wow, oh, that was a hard challenge. I didn't intend to, I don't think Adebisi meant to hurt him. I don't think Adebisi meant anything with that, but just completely mistimed. He was trying to press Osu and then kind of just overextended his challenge a little bit there. But Osu's back up and running. Ollie Palmer wins the knockdown. A Sal overlap to Osu. Oh. Good attempt by Osu to take it to his left and drive it towards goal. Deflected up and over the net. Going to be a corner kick here.
On the overall balance of play, against the run of play, maybe one could argue taking the lead, but overall, Dons looking to establish a real degree of dominance here. This particular game is certainly going some way towards achieving that. Bounce back strongly after going behind. Equalising through Jack Redoni now with another corner from that right-hand side.
Okay, just taking some notes here. We got Hardigan taking the corner kick here. Another outswinger from that right-hand side. And again! Oh, no! Come on! Oh! Hennigan with the free header, top of the 6, back towards the goalkeeper. He back the other way, towards the goalkeeper's left, but someone was on that near post to head it away. Still an opportunity here. That looked dangerous. Cross comes in once again. Hennigan on the knockdown, but they clear it. Oh, man, that was a very good opportunity to score there. Crewe Alexandra just barely able to come away unscathed there. Nesta Walker on the run forward, though. Draws the foul off of that through ball there from Choka. Nesta has eaten up this defense so far. Yeah, let me look back at that again. Yeah, Hennigan. It looked to me like, yeah, McCormick actually got a flick in from about 3 yards out. That header from Hennigan looked to me like it was going to hit the post, and then McCormick got a little tiny flick in, but the person at the near post just barely got his body in the way, bounced off his head, and very close there.
Midway inside the Crewe half, and that's innocent, but and the Dons now with another set piece opportunity.
Yeah, see, he was trying to. Okay, let me talk about this real quick. So it's gonna be a training ground move here off the free kick. Plays it over to a Sal, top of the 18, and they kind of reset. Okay, I really thought they were gonna lump that free kick into the box, AFC Wimbledon, but now they kind of reset. Rudy takes it back to the center. Rudy takes a shot, blocked.
Deflects away and back into the Dons half. Off at Terrell Thomas, would you believe? Now Hartigan steers it forward down the left-hand side. Cash gets there though for Crewe. Redoni though for the Dons now with a pass into Guinness Walker. Now Hartigan.
Oh, nice ball there from Hartigan, left side to a Sal.
Up against Lowry.
Top of the box, McCormick.
Oh, and in the end he tried to.
Ollie Palmer was in the way though.
Well, Palmer was in there. Gone down clutching his face. Up against.
Yeah, it was a good ball there from a Sal, top of the box to McCormick, but. Yeah, so looked to me like that shot was going straight at the keeper, and the center back for Crewe tried to get his head in the way, and he actually headed it off, and it bounced off of Ollie Palmer, and now he's on the ground clutching his face. I mean, that was a powerful shot there by McCormick, and it bounced off the center back's head and then bounced off Ollie Palmer's face. He's still on the ground, man. What power was put on that shot? I mean, Luke McCormick, he has a freaking cannon for a leg. That was with the inside of his foot, too. That wasn't a lace. That was... He tried to place it. Unfortunately, it was towards the middle. If he maybe had placed it towards the side net, he could have given the keeper some more problems. But Luke McCormick has a cannon for a leg, so...
this evening. Shout you out and hope you're all very well indeed. In the meantime, the break in play whilst Ollie Palmer just having received that to treatment back on his feet.
Yeah, Ollie Palmer. Good to know. Good to see that nothing too serious there.
Big shouts out to the Dons.
He is going to be coming off temporarily, though.
Confirming a definite goal for Rodoni. But again, the keeper playing no small part in helping it over the line. So again, possibly a case to be made for Richard's own goal.
Dan Baker tuned in out in America. So he's got his setup all sorted for this evening, doing a bit of work and of course trying to keep...
All right, now we resume.
Well. Good to have you with us. And, all back on level terms here, and Ollie Palmer is back in the action again here as play's back underway.
Indeed, coming up to 34 minutes gone. Dons 1, Crewe 1 as Richards launches it high and forward.
Oh, nice press there from Luke McCormick. Is able to pick off number 17. I forgot the name there. He is able to pick off Gomez there from behind, but now AFC Wimbledon kind of reset with their back line here.
Forward up towards the halfway. Adebisi underneath it for Crewe. Steers it forward, but Hennigan will return it with interest for the Dons.
Ollie Palmer wins the... Go on! Oh.
And he couldn't quite get the shot away. Still
Asal here trying to find some space for a shot. Unfortunately, didn't do so. It was a long clearance from Zanev, and Ollie Palmer kind of knocks it towards the inside of the 18, and now they're still on the ball here with an overlap from Osu. Top of the 18, has to get us walk with the volley. Keeper doesn't parry fully. It's a goal. Let's go. The keeper did not parry the ball. I mean, the volley there from Nessa Guinness-Walker wasn't put with the most power, but the keeper failed to deal with it, and Jack Rodoni played it square to Palmer, top of the 6. Easy slot for Ollie Palmer there. It's going to be 2-1 for AFC Wimbledon. I mean, Crewe were in shambles in that particular play. First, it started off with the long clearance there from Zanev. I want to see who Palmer won the header over. Or no, it wasn't Zanev, excuse me. It was the center back. It was Hennigan who initially made the clearance, and then it was Sass Davies who was trying to track back, and Ollie Palmer just kind of out-muscled him, got the header in towards the top of the box. Terrell Thomas was able to see out Asal, who was making the run in the box, but then Asal kind of lays it back off, and then Osu plays the cross in. The shot from Guinness-Walker was the decent one, not put with enough power though, but the keeper, got to do better there if you're the keeper. Parries it, but only parries it, 3 yards away from his hands. Either you got to hold on to it or parry it really wide. Keeper kind of had that little bit of an in-betweener, and Jack Rodoni plays Ollie Palmer. 2-1 AFC Wimbledon.
Taking that opportunity when it presented itself to them after 12 minutes, but apart from that,
I did have 2-1 as my prediction. So while it is holding up right now, I wouldn't be surprised if I saw another goal. Crewe Alexandra give it away really cheaply here, and now we see Jack Rodoni's going to be a 4-on-4. He plays McCormick on the left. Overlap is Woodyard, but instead he takes it to his right. Oh. I don't know what that was either. It was a cross. I think he was trying to shoot, but then it was a good 10 yards wide and like 7 yards over. That was definitely not the play there, McCormick. But to be fair, McCormick has had a great game so far, so I can't give him too much stick for that. A bit of a wasted opportunity though, as we did have a couple of runners from AFC Wimbledon making some runs. I don't blame McCormick for going for the shot there. I think that was his intention, but it was kind of a half shot, half cross that went way over.
And again, perhaps Dons fans automatically have the assumption that playing a bottom of the table side would be...
Yes, let's go Hanson. Doing the whale emojis alongside our boy Whale Rider 08.
That real early slap in the face provided by Chris Long. And now, thanks to Messrs Rodoni and Palmer, they've managed to turn things around. Crewe trying to slide the ball into the Dons area.
Crewe tried to slide it into Porter, and Porter tried a one-time pass over to Long, but kind of shanked there. Went straight over to Zanev. McCormick on the hold-up. Unfortunately, his first touch wasn't the best. challenged by Gomez on the physicality. Ooh, Crewe tried to play they tried to play a square ball over to their center back, but it was a wayward one, and Kashkit recovers very well. Kind of picks off Ayuba Sal from behind there. Kashkit's really fucking fast, man, and he goes box to box, so definitely a star player for Crewe. Definitely a positive light on a Crewe team that has really struggled this season. Kashkit, that right back in the 5. Yeah, now Crewe are just kind of forcing either their giveaways are from forced passes or from passes that try to go to one person but then end up getting picked off because of the errant nature of the pass. Rodoni plays it out wide to Guinness Walker on the left. Guinness Walker has found himself on the ball a lot on this left-hand side, but now Wimbledon are still knocking it about. Nice first time there from Guinness Walker to play to Woodyard, but Woodyard takes it back to his right. Yeah, Wimbledon are not forcing anything right now. They're possessing, they're knocking around, they're finding the best opportunity, they're finding the best ball to play, not forcing anything right now. Crewe are trying to double team, but they play back to Woodyard, and now all the way back. The thing with AFC Wimbledon though is sometimes they're a little bit indecisive on the ball, I should say. Not indecisive, but they're not incisive enough. Sometimes they don't play that final ball. That being said, though, Guinness Walker tries to play that incisive final ball into the box. Low and hard. Maybe not too hard, but it was low, down the 6. Forcing the clearance there from Williams. Wimbledon does a good job of possessing. Every now and again, they struggle to find that final ball in that will really break through enemy lines. But that being said, though, we do have a corner here for Hardigan to take. My house is a second away. Yeah, you mentioned something about that, yeah, so you can hear them right now. That's goals, man. That's goals. While I don't think I'm going to live in the UK per se, that did pop up into my mind in the next 10 years or so. Not any time in the short term. I do see myself, continuing to live in the States. Oh! Yeah, Rodoni, top of the 6, was able to win the header. Looked to me like Hennigan was running onto it. He wanted to win the header, but Rodoni got there first, and he knotted it in. Or tried to knot it in, but it was just a couple yards wide of the post there. I don't think Hennigan and Rodoni had a miscommunication. I just think that Hennigan got there late. Rodoni was there first. And Rodoni still had a decent opportunity to try to knot it in, but didn't wrap his head all the way around it. But yeah, anyway, within the next, what? Get in there, Robbo! Get in there, Robbo! Dude! Okay, so Robinson had the ball on his feet, right? He was directing someone, and then Kashkit kind of tried to... he shoved Robbo trying to get the ball, and Robbo freaking, kicked him. Robbo was like, get the fuck off me. I love it. I love it. Robbo just had the ball under his feet for a second, and he was, trying to talk to... I think that might have been Guinness Walker he was giving instructions to, and then all of a sudden, Kashkit comes in, shoves Robbo, and then Robbo just kind of lashes out. Doesn't kick him, but just kind of gives him a little kick nudge, hey, get off me, bro. That was hilarious. If I was able to Gyaza this, I'd show you guys, but unfortunately, iFollow has kind of cracked down on that. I think iFollow kind of... I don't know if they watch my stream specifically, because I used to post GIFs in the chat of stuff that happens throughout the game, but I'm not able to do that anymore because they automatically black screen it. Anyway, that was hilarious. I'm gonna put that on Twitter or something. Hey! Okay. Getting into a bit of a tangle with Kashkit. Mark Robinson getting into a bit of a tangle with Kashkit LMAO, hashtag AFCW. That's the tweet I decided, because I'm still watching the game, right? I still want to focus on the game. I'm trying to make it short and sweet, but if you guys want to follow me on Twitter, my Twitter handle is JaggyKM. I do post about several different sports. I missed it. I gotta rewind here. I was trying to focus on my tweet there. So Nick Zanev, bro, that is the through ball of the season. He tries to play it long, doesn't play it with enough height, but then Crewe just fall asleep. And Ollie Palmer immediately making that run in the box. tries to play it far post, but his effort was just played a little bit far over. But oh, I guess I was gonna go out for a throw in a corner, but Nesigas Walker was on that far post. He tried to play a ball back into the box. I missed it, guys. I mean, Nick Zanev, have yourself. I follow. What are you doing, fam? Okay, penalty for the Dons. Okay, I follow was showing a replay, and then all of a sudden you see Ayuba Sal going to ground. It's a penalty for AFC Wimbledon. I don't know what happened because I follow were slow. I follow was showing a replay. They didn't show the action, but it's a penalty for AFC Wimbledon, baby. Let's go. I want to try to make sense of it. Okay, so I follow showing the replay. Crewe tried to play a square ball into their own 18-yard box off of the throw-in, and Ayuba Sal was immediately pounced on that. And then it looks to me like he got brought down by Murphy. Kind of a little bit of a tangle of the legs from behind, and maybe a little bit of pressure on the backside of Asal. Gets brought down. It's gonna be a penalty for dude. This game is freaking chaotic, man. You got freaking Mark Robinson kicking out at Cashkid, and now you have this. It's gonna be potentially 3-1 here for AFC Wimbledon. Ollie Palmer to take bottom left-hand corner. Keeper no chance. He goes one way. I think the keeper was trying to anticipate the penalty rather than trying to guess. He was trying to stay rooted to the spot and try to go where Ollie Palmer was going, but easy slot for Ollie Palmer. Keeper was kind of rooted to the middle, couldn't really do much. And it's going to be 3-1 for AFC Wimbledon, baby. I wasn't too disappointed after the goal. I was a little bit disappointed in how the goal was scored, but I wasn't like, oh, fuck, come on, AFC Wimbledon, here we go again. We're going to lose the game. Some people on our Facebook page are very negative, like, oh, we're going to go down, we're going to go down. Not with this team. I mean, this team has too much talent to go down. That being said, it is Crewe Alexandra after all. I don't want to get ahead of myself. This is last place Crewe. But I think we've done what we've needed to do so far in this particular game. And in this half, I mean, great display. Absolutely. I would have to agree. I don't want to be overly optimistic, but I think we played very well against I mean, we didn't play very well against Portsmouth, but, we did enough to at least secure a draw, but Portsmouth, did what they needed to do to win. I think they played pretty well. I think it was a great game of football around. Both teams played very good for their own standards, I should say. But Portsmouth had the better team on paper. They ended up winning in the end. But with this, I mean, Wimbledon are doing what they need to do. They're playing very well, knocking around, very composed on the ball, not giving it away, possessing it very nicely. That being said, we have Hardigan on the ball, playing it to the right-hand side. Knocking around here, Woodyard back over to Hennigan, though. Yeah, a little bit of a tiki-taka triangle there between Zanev, Hennigan, and Hardigan. Now, Zanev clears his lines. The knockdown was won by Crewe, but now Woodyard comes away with it.
Dons will pick up the pieces once again towards that far side with Rudoni. Now here's Hartigan. Nicely steered forward in there towards Woodyard.
Foul committed there by Daniel Chalk as he came up to try to stop the action there, try to high press on the midfield there to prevent, I think that was Murphy, if I'm not mistaken, who was on the ball in the midfield and tried to turn out. Aside from that goal that he gave up, obviously Daniel Chaka got caught out, got caught ball watching a little bit, not recovering defensively. There you go, Woody. Let's fucking go. A little bit of a 1-2 between Cashkit and Lowry, but that was Alex Woodyard immediately recognizing the threat and running back, because obviously if you're pressing as an outside back, the biggest concern as an outside back is pressing and then having a 1-2 played around you. And Alex Woodyard was able to sense that. He was able to sprint back and prevent Lowry from putting a cross into the box. So nicely done there from Woody. Box to box as usual. I forgot to change the scoreline, boys. It's 3-1. I'm a little bit slow. 3-1. Oh, shit. Hennigan came in flying. Similar to Chaka's tackle, except Chaka kind of nicked the player from behind. Hennigan just came in and just thrust his leg in the way. That's what you like to see from AFC Wimbledon, just that desire and that passion on the defensive end. You know, you don't want to overextend on the challenges, but when you need to press, sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do to stop. You know, you don't want to sit back too often or too frequently and have the other team get at you. Anyway, Asal on the left here. Again, Kashkin recovering, but this time not able to dispossess Asal. Asal was aware of that. Kashkin has been really, really solid for Crewe so far in this game. I think so far for Crewe in general, he's been one of their bright spots. Ooh, Rudoni dispossessed, but then clearance attempt there from Hennigan. Long here to Gomez on that left-hand side. Rudoni on the press, but not able to come away with it. Crewe have it inside the 18-yard box here with Long. Plays it back out wide. Now back to the left. Cross comes in. Over everyone's head. Kashkit tries to get there, but the cross was played too far forward and out for a goal kick. Yeah, again, Crewe, they've had like these 1-2 minute spells, but I think they've only really had 3 or 4 or 5 cumulative minutes throughout this half in which they've looked, you know, solid. The rest of the half, they're kind of allowing AFC Wimbledon to play their game. Every now and again, they play an errant pass, Crewe, and I think this is kind of similar to the Lincoln City game, or at least in the first half, right? The second half, you know, AFC Wimbledon sat back, allowed pressure, invited pressure, but they were able to come away with the win, unlike the game against Portsmouth. But this is looking similar to that first half against Lincoln, where AFC Wimbledon are, you know, their high press is too much for Crewe, and Crewe's giving the ball away too frequently.
Cambridge, strong late resurgence from the Dons, ultimately too little too late. And of course it was Portsmouth with the comeback on Saturday, but very much the Dons again recovering.
And there's that double team once again, Asal and Guinness Walker.
Conceded that early goal to Chris Long.
What is the ref called here? Throw-in? Okay.
It's getting a little bit too involved here this evening. He's getting a little bit fired up. I suppose he's walking that disciplinary tightrope at times here. Crewe.
And halftime whistle blows. I mean, a lot to unpack from that first half. You know, the first goal, obviously, not the best defending by Choka after you know, Crewe came away with a counterattack after a giveaway there from Nesta Guinness. Well, it wasn't a poor pass. It was just a 1-2 attempt between him and Woodyard. But, you know, AFC Wimbledon continued to play the way that they were playing. They continued to play well. Jack Rodoni on the score sheet with that header. And then, yeah, Ollie Palmer with that second goal. Not the best save there, initial save from the keeper there, but that came off of a very good, you know, build-up play from AFC Wimbledon. You know, I'm not going to say the keeper was the reason for that goal. He should have done better off of that volley from Guinness Walker at the top of the 18. But, you know, AFC Wimbledon deserved that goal. I mean, that build-up was pretty fast-paced and very incisive. And then the third goal, obviously, the penalty, I really didn't see that much of what happened initially, but the iFollow showed the replay. Just a poor decision from whoever that was. You know, on my post-match analysis, I'll be more accurate with, you know, certain players from Crewe, but there's a player from Crewe that received the ball back off a throw-in, I think. No, okay, someone received it off the throw-in, and then he tried to play a center-back square towards their own goal. And then Asal just collected it, got brought down. Easy penalty, easy slot for Ollie Palmer. So I like the way they played, and looking for more here. Looking for more of the same. I don't want them to sit back and invite pressure the whole half, because you never know. But I do expect AFC Wimbledon to start playing a little bit more defensively, not take as many risks, maybe possess a little bit more, just kind of continue to play the way they're playing on the possessing side. On the defensive end, I hope they continue to engage in that high press, continue to sketch out Crewe and to make them on edge, and to, you know, force those wayward passes. So we'll see what happens. I'll be back.
What you're getting. And every car comes with a 90-day warranty, roadside assistance, and our 7-day money-back guarantee, giving you a whole
it's steered in from very close range, and now with 10 minutes to go till half time, it is Ollie Palmer who's got the second goal. And, well, the Dons were behind after 12 minutes, and now in the front with 10 minutes to go till half time. And again, Dave Richards having held the ball into his own net. The equaliser is now
should we say, after putting it on, or putting it on too long as that?
Maybe a little bit of a state of shell shock, really. But the Dons have dominated proceedings. Fair play to Crewe for taking that opportunity when it presented itself to them. Dons have been the dominant force really throughout the game, and perhaps even more so since actually falling behind. And here they come again now, moving forward. Rudoni moves forward from halfway. Here's McCormick into the left edge of the box. Got Woodyard on the overlap. McCormick checks his run. Still McCormick. Oh, and he's... I don't know what he's tried there. He's tried to... Whether he tried to bend it above and beyond the keeper, or maybe pick out a couple of the Dons players making runs in towards the right side of the area. In the end, it was a bit of both, a bit of neither. And behind it goes for the goal kick to Crewe, but certainly no complaints from the Dons here this evening, the way the first half has panned out. And again, not allowing the blow of conceding that early goal get to them. At the moment, don't really know what day of the week it is. Automatically the assumption that playing the bottom of the table side would be an automatic 3-point return, but again the Dons have had to recover from that real early slap in the face provided by Chris Long. And now there's the message for Danny Palmer. Managed to turn things around. Crewe try and slide the ball into the Richards own goal. Remaining of the regulation time in the first.
If you see me crying, let me cry alone. 'Cause now that you'll never be, it's just another memory with strangers who know every secret. 'Cause now that you'll never see, it's just a faded memory with strangers who know every secret.
And between the Dontics on the goals. Oh, and he's drilled it low into the left. It's 2 for him. It's 3 for the Dons for them. But the Dons still had to put in the hard straight at the Dons, man.
You throw my way. I know your name is
written. Oh, and he couldn't quite get the shot away. Still a Sal. Crewe streaming back in defence. Now see with the right foot. He's not held back now on the overlap. Johnny.
It's captivating me, but don't think that I can see right through that disguise. But when you got close to me, you had me falling so hard, baby, hard, baby. Yeah, now I get it.
has now failed to hold a right-footed effort from Guinness Walker from the edge of the area, crucially spilled to the left edge of the 6-yard area, steered back across, and a couple of Dons players were running in. Palmer's got the decisive touch, and now the Dons have turned it around, Rob, leading here against Crewe by 2-1.
Yeah, he was just a few moments before that, he was getting a bit of banter, as we were saying, on the Crewe fans on the away end there. But certainly the Crewe fans were aware of his physique at the moment, should we say, after putting that one away and putting the 2 on the front.
Crewe then about to restart the game with maybe a little bit of a state of shell shock, really. But the Dons have dominated proceedings. Fair play to Crewe for taking that opportunity when it presented itself to them after 12 minutes. But apart from that, Dons have been the dominant force really throughout the game. And perhaps even more so since actually falling behind. And there they come again now, moving forward. Rodoni moves forward from halfway. Here's McCormick into the left end of the box. Got Woodyard on the overlap. Checks his run. Still McCormick. Oh, and he's, I don't know what he's tried there. Whether he tried to bend it above and beyond the keeper or maybe pick out a...
It's been too long with too many wrongs. What have I done? You've forgotten the words to our song. Now it's gone. Take it back just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our souls, let them entwine. 'Cause you know what you do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make it mine before we're out of time. Let's synchronize. Let's Don't be so distant. Don't be so distant. So distant, distant from me, from you. You're so close, and yet so far. So I fight it, and here we are in each other's arms. Take it back, just for one night. Take all the wrongs and pretend that we're alright. Feel the rhythm in our souls, let them entwine. 'Cause you know what you do to me. It's not fair, I don't care. Take you there, make it mine before we're out of time. Let's synchronize. Step with me, let our bodies sing in harmony till the morning light. Synchronize. Synchronize.
And immediately ball played down their left-hand side, but it's gone out of play. Throw into the Dons to be taken by Paul Ossube. Shouts of Hetty Sparkles as well.
What's up, boys? We're back.
Sounding glory.
Just gonna be fixing the score, or the timer, I should say, really fast. So during that intermission, I was just kind of looking back through the footage a little bit to try to get a little bit more information regarding the game, what happened. So that third goal, in which Crewe just gave away possession in a shitty area, that was Terrell Thomas. He received, I think he was the one that threw the ball, and he received the ball back, and then he tried to play it square into a center back within their own 18-yard box. And to be fair, I mean, Ayoub Assal is just, he's a beast. He's just, his in-game IQ is brilliant. He anticipated the pass. First touch was to intercept. Second touch put him into space. It was a really, really good second touch. Anyway, that being said, threw ball into McCormick. He puts it back to his right foot, and takes it back to his right-hand side, back to Anthony Hartigan. But yeah, Ayoub Assal, his in-game IQ is something that I feel like, you know, a lot of people talk about his work rate. A lot of people talk about his work rate, but his intellect, being able to know when to press. Oh, that being said, he actually makes it around the left-hand side. Through ball played by McCormick. Or Rodoni, excuse me. Rodoni chipped it back in. Ooh. That was a good ball initially played by Rodoni to play Assal in, but then Assal decides to cut it back to Rodoni. Rodoni, the nice little chip ball, back post, and Oli Palmer tries to head it. Keeper initially brought his hands up to try to save it, and then he collects it once again. Keeper was fairly suspect in the first half, but that was a good reactionary save there in that instance from the header from Palmer. Thank you. I'd like to think that my commentary has gotten better as each game has passed. I still do stumble on my words a little bit because sometimes it's a good ball in by McCormick on the right-hand side. Now is Assal. He opts to slow the play down, defended by Adebisi. Plays Oli Palmer. He plays a nice cross-back post, but unfortunately maybe a little bit too far ahead of everybody, as that's going to trickle out. The camera doesn't follow up. It looks to me like Alex Woodyard picked it up way before, way in that back post. Oh, Hartigan! Get in! Ugh! Come on, I follow. Keep up. They didn't keep up with Woodyard, who got the ball on that back post and then played the ball square ball to Hartigan, who tried to play a ball into the box. Oh my God! I mean, AFC Wimbledon are all over Crewe right now. They're peppering the goal. Hennigan, Ben Hennigan tries to volley it from 35 yards out, and that was a decent strike. Just a few yards over the bar. Ben Hennigan, have yourself a go, mate. Let's go. Yeah, I'm talking about my live commentary though. Sometimes it could be a little bit frantic. But my analysis is where I try to collect myself and try to collect all of the events that happened during the game and try to analyze the game as it is. But basically, to kind of rewind a little bit of what happened in that particular play, I mean, Rodoni tried to, it was a good save from the keeper off of the header from Palmer, and then AFC Wimbledon press once again, and Hartigan takes 2 or 3 touches and tries to drive it low and hard down the 6. It got cleared away, not fully, but it was a sliding effort by, I think that was Williams on the sliding attempt, and that was Oli Palmer at the top of the 6 that could have found another poacher's goal. Could have been his hat trick, but nothing doing there. Again, Crewe give it away, though. Good press from Luke McCormick. Oh. It was good press from Luke McCormick. He receives the ball back and kind of passes it towards Palmer at the top of the 18. A 2-yard pass, and Palmer tried to strike. It was deflected. I mean, Wimbledon are all over Crewe right now. Crewe really have no answer. Alex Woodyard with nice physicality. A little bit of a push and pull there, though, from Woodyard. Does commit the foul on top of Lowry. 17 shots to 2. Absolute battering. You're right, bro. You're right. I mean, they're all over them right now. I can't stress enough how much of how much of an obliteration this is right now.
Performance here last season and last-minute winning goal. It's Ollie Finney. It's going to be sent on.
2 shots, 1 on target for Crewe. 16 and 5, or 17 and 5 now. Now, let's see if Crewe have a... Oh, okay. They actually win the header there with number 9. With Porter, but then it was a clearance away by Hennigan. Yeah, Porter won the header towards the top of the 18, and now Wimbledon are on the other end with Rudoni on the left. Plenty of space here as Seth Davies is backing off, plays it square to Asal. Asal tries to blast it off of the second touch, but blocked. Guinness Walker cross-blocked. Back over to Asal. 1v1 against Terrell Thomas. Back to Nessa Guinness Walker out wide, though. Guinness Walker's just going to try to beat his man 1v1. Maybe a little bit too cute. Tried to meg him, but gets dispossessed. And now Crewe are on the break here. It's going to be a 3 in the back for Wimbledon right now. They're playing it around, knocking around very well. Crewe top of the box. Tries to lay it off to Long. Good deflection there. Good recovery in the end by Hennigan. Defensive positioning. I mean... Oh, wait, no, that wasn't Hennigan. That was Daniel Chuka, actually, who was coming back on the recovery. And it was a square ball attempted to Porter. Square ball by Long, but it was good recovery there from Chuka to poke that away. But that was a dangerous situation. I mean, Guinness Walker, to be fair to him, that first pass over, you know how I said there was a pass over to Guinness Walker? The pass was kind of wayward a little bit, so he tried to recover, and then as soon as he got on the ball, tried to meg his defender. Nutmeg him, but easily defended there by, I think that was Kashkit on the defense, and then counterattack for Crewe. Almost led to something, but thankfully Daniel Chuka came in to save the day. Yeah, Wimbledon just kind of knocking it around, but then they switch it over to... Asal's first touch was kind of poor there. It was a switch attempt there from Hardigan. I mean, he was right on the touch line, so Asal really had no room for error there. Keeper tries to clear it away, but doesn't get the best clearance in the world.
Dons now have themselves a free kick. 5 yards inside the Crewe half, away towards the right-hand side.
Again, messages all around the world from the Dons fans enjoying this one wherever you are. Bit of a time zone you're in at the moment. Sean out in Uruguay, one of our regulars again, enjoying this one. And the Red Womble as well. Excellent dinner time entertainment here in Canada. Excellent.
Yo, I gotta send a message out to Radio WDON someday. Maybe they can shout me out one time. I don't think I've been shout out by them yet, but that's because I never actually reached out to them because, you know, I'm pretty busy with my own streams and whatnot. So if they notice me, they notice me. You know, I don't really care too much. I don't want to, like... But, you know, I could just reach out to them and say, hey, Womble from the USA here. I have a YouTube channel. Something like that. I don't want to, like, advertise my channel or anything, but I just, you know... I think, well... Mike actually follows me. Mike follows me on Twitter, and he did make a comment on my post, my reaction post to the Joe Pigott equalizer against Rochdale last season, the game that helped us stay up. He did make a comment on that. He said something like, "Oh, love your work," and that made me feel good. A lot of Wombles fans too were commenting on that Twitter post, and that post got, I think, like 180 something likes or some shit like that. I forget. No, not likes. It was the view count. The views were like, it was like 3.2k views or something. I forget the like count, but I think it was around 100 something, I think. So I think that kind of helped me a little bit in terms of popularity. Anyway, Terrell Thomas out wide here. He's kind of making some moves here. Long tries to play it. Yeah, AFC Wimbledon recovered well there as Crewe were not incisive enough as Terrell Thomas tried to play a square ball down the 18, but nicely done by Osu to pick off the through ball attempted for Porter. Nice 1-2 between Hardigan and McCormick. McCormick plays it square and then off the ball runs. McCormick off the ball right now is very active. You know, receiving making a pass, receiving a pass right back. Unfortunately, tried to play across and it bounced off Ouch. Lowry just kind of took it on the gut there. That takes the wind out of you, really. Like there's one spot on your chest, right? It's kind of like right underneath your pecs. It's like above your stomach, but underneath your chest pec area. If something hits you right there, that shit takes the wind out of you. And I think that cross coming in from McCormick hit Lowry straight in that area. That's really painful. I've been hit there before. Yeah, even Rob kind of shares that sentiment. Just ouch. Yeah, but McCormick has been class all game, man. I mean, his first touch has been great. Whenever he plays the ball, he's always active off the ball to try to receive the ball back again. The 1-2s that have been played by Wimbledon, you know, there have probably been like 6 or 7 1-2s that have been played successfully. Maybe 3 of them have not come off. One of them leading to a goal eventually for Crewe, obviously. The 1-2 between Nessa Guinness-Walker and Alex Woodyard did not come off. Woodyard has so much time, man. He just plays it forward. Sal has time. Crewe's backing off. The center mids are not pressing. There's a switch attempt over. But the switch was not played with enough purchase, so it was headed away. Guinness-Walker on the ball now, though. Yeah, Crewe, aside from the occasional press by the striker and maybe Murphy on the attacking mid, Crewe are not really pressing Wimbledon that much. Asal will play Alciu out wide. Good cross in. Good cross, but nobody on the cross. Headed away. Oh, here we go again with Kashket. No, he gives it away, though. Takes one touch too many. Overlapping run by Guinness-Walker here. He does get played by Rodoni. Guinness-Walker, left foot. Oh. I think that was a shot attempt, but unfortunately kind of outswing curler, and it goes all the way out for a throw-in. It's better to have a throw-in from the corner flag than to have a goal kick, though. So let's see if AFC Wimbledon can kind of pin Crewe in here. That was a really, really good run by Guinness-Walker. Like, he had the ball, laid it off to Rodoni, like, 2-foot square ball, and then immediately started sprinting with that off-the-ball run and received it from Rodoni, and a good ball by Rodoni. And now McCormick comes away with possession. Again, Crewe are just really off the throw-in. I mean, like I said, we pinned him in. Crewe, the first touch there from Murphy was a poor one off of the throw-in. His first touch let him down, and McCormick came away with possession. Just taking some notes for my post-match analysis. All right, now Anthony Hardigan's going to outswing this. Headed away by Terrell Thomas, former Dons man, of course. The cross was blocked, but it trickles down the 18-yard line. Sal's going to play it back over to Woodyard. Woodyard's going to make... He's slipping off the ball, looking for that through ball, but Sal doesn't find him because there were 2 defenders around him that, he couldn't play through them. Rodoni's going to take his man on 1v1, takes it to his left, couple step overs, try to play the cross, blocked. Hardigan switches. He's going to take on Terrell Thomas, plays the cross in, blocked. Incessant period of pressure is definitely correct. I mean, AFC Wimbledon have been all over Crewe. Crewe have had, every 10 minutes, they have 1 minute, or 30 seconds, in between 30 seconds and 1 minute of a good spell of possession. And then for the next 9 minutes, they proceed to just invite more pressure. That's been the story of the game so far for Crewe. Couple step overs. More for show than anything for Ayuba Sal. He plays the ball to Rodoni on the right. Rodoni plays it square. Back over to Rodoni from Woodyard. Square again from Rodoni, this time to Hardigan, and now Osu is going to take it himself. 1, 2, 3 touches, gets dispossessed though. And now Cash gets on the ball. Cashkit is definitely a catalyst to start a counterattack, and he's going to try to play a ball in down the middle. Whoever that was tried to dummy it and leave it for long, but then it bounced off the back of the inside of his heel off the back foot and went straight to Zanev. That could have been a good opportunity there for Crewe Alexandra, but unfortunately for them, it doesn't come off. That was the substitute Oliver Finney who came on, tried to dummy it towards Long. Had that dummy come off, Long would have been one-on-one there with Hennigan. Thankfully, that didn't come away. That didn't come off, I should say. Gilbert Knight, welcome to the stream, my man. Where do you come from? I think this is the first time I've seen you. Do you come from the UK? Do you come from somewhere else internationally? I've had a lot of international viewers come on my stream. My streams, I should say. Not this particular stream, but my streams in the past. So. Yeah, I mean, if you're just coming on, Gilbert, I mean, it's been a masterclass performance from AFC Wimbledon so far. It is against last place Crewe, obviously, but AFC Wimbledon are doing what they need to do, possessing, playing the right passes, 1-2s. They've been playing a lot of 1-2s, notably with Nessa Guinness-Walker joining on the attack at times, receiving the return pass from the likes of Verdoni and Woodyard. A couple of times where McCormick played a pass to receive it back over, because his off-the-ball runs have been spectacular as well. His off-the-ball, his work rate off the ball has been very good, Luke McCormick. The Crewe manager's birthday, and he's not having a fun time right now. Oh, that's a good back flick there from Long, or it was Porter. He actually was on the hold up, and he flicked it with the outside of his foot towards Long, but he was deemed to be offside there. That was a really good pass. My God, Porter, have yourself a pat on the back for that one. But AFC Wimbledon back line hold firm with the offside trap. Asal defended by Adebisi. Adebisi's all over Asal's back, but Asal holds off the pressure. And it's going to be a corner kick here for AFC Wimbledon. Results. Let's take a look. MK Dons 1-0 against Shrewsbury. That's kind of a shame. That's the only result I've seen so far. Hold on. Corner kick for Anthony Hardigan. Oof. Kind of bounced around a little bit. Guinness Walker going one way then the other, but then ultimately playing it square to Osu in the middle. Ooh, Hardigan with a nice cross. A little bit too low, though. Cleared away easily. Cashkit tries to play it square, but possession was recovered. I mean, AFC Wimbledon, as long as they could just see this game out, continue the way they're playing, and not have any lapses of attention on the defense, they should be fine. Ooh, ball played high and forward. Asal is going to be on it, but keeper shields it out. Okay, so Portsmouth 1-0 against Lincoln. Okay, here's a surprising result. 4-0 Burton against Accrington. Cambridge 2-0 against Wigan. Not really the best results so far, because a lot of the teams between like 9th and 14th are winning. So it's not really the best result, not really the best results for the Dons to advance their position on the table, but good for getting out of the relegation zone. I mean, they haven't been in the relegation zone, but it's good for them to escape, get further away from the relegation zone, I should say. So now, as it stands, I mean, they are 4 points clear. They were only 1 point clear before this game. All the teams in the bottom, Morecambe, Gillingham, Fleetwood, Doncaster, they're all losing their games. So Gillingham could even get relegated this season. I didn't think they've always been known as a mid-table side, but Good save there by Nick Zanev. It was a long ball headed down, and then Finney with a left-footed volley down to Zanev's left. He parried it away. Good parry. But now Crewe are on the right-hand side. Cross comes in, headed away by Hennigan. A little bit of a sketchy moment there as AFC Wimbledon do not win the header off the long ball. Who was that on the defense initially? It was a long ball played by Adebisi. I want to know who that was. That was Daniel Chuka, who got beat in the air initially. Got beat in the air by Porter in that particular instance before the volley from the substitute, Oliver Finney. That was a decent save there by Nick Zanev.
Murphy, though, will pick it up for Crewe. But once again, they've been careless in possession. Palmer now intercepting for the Dons, releasing McCormick. Charging down the inside right channel. Ossu making sure that here he is. Trying to deliver it into the centre, and again it's Adebisi.
I'm 10 seconds behind right now, so I'm going to go back to live. So we see an overlapping run here from Paul Ossu. McCormick plays him, and Ossu tries to play the cross. It was good defending there by Adebisi to recover. Just came sliding in, predicting the cross being made there. Adebisi has been defending pretty well, I should say. Maybe every now and again getting caught on the defensive end, like, you know, with the ball, through ball. But Adebisi's been defending well in terms of physicality and also recovery. Recovery on the defensive end, and obviously Kashkit has been a bright spot on the offensive end. Maybe not so much in this game, but in previous games for Crewe. Corner kick will come in here. Headed away, not fully away. It's on the outside of the 18-yard box here. Ooh, Asal cuts back. Back post, that's a really good cross. Jack Rodoni, his header kind of got stopped by deflection, and then ball bounced around a couple times, cleared away. Another thing, too, I think Crewe, while they've had a lot of negatives, I think one of the positives I can say about Crewe is not only their outside backs are pretty decent on the offensive end, and every now and again, you know, tracking back defensively with their work rate and their pace. Porter and Long have been combining with one another every now and again. I think they have good chemistry with one another, but again, they only have two. Well, Long has 3 goals now in the season, 2 for Porter. So while they haven't had as many chances created, I think that's kind of a testament to Crewe's midfield. I think they're lacking a lot. And that being said, Williams comes forward and tries to play a square ball, but it was a hospital ball. And now AFC Wimbledon on the break on the left-hand side here. Rodoni plays an overlap to McCormick. Okay, deflected. Yeah, Williams, I think, just got a little too cute on the ball there. Crewe were... Yeah, he was coming forward, trying to play a square ball over to the midfielder, and it was kind of a hospital ball there as there was press, off-the-ball pressure from Wimbledon. Kind of just played it very quickly and not with enough power. But yeah, Long and Porter kind of combining with one another pretty decently at times in the game. But their midfield is really, at least in this particular game, has been really shallow. Really have not seen very much from the likes of Gomez, Murphy. Gomez has been decent, but he got subbed off, I think, maybe because of tactical change. Murphy and Lowry really haven't provided too much either. Yeah, they usually play it long to Porter and long to Long and Porter at times, and the midfield doesn't really have that much of a say. That being said, though, Woodyard's going to be on the right here. Ooh, Ollie Palmer with a couple of shimmies. Plays a nice through ball to Ayub Asal. Low and hard cross again. I mean, that's like the 5th time now AFC Wimbledon, play a little incisive through ball, try to play a cross down, and cleared away by Crewe. Last-ditch clearance. I mean, Crewe, they're on life support right now. I got to say that right now. They're just sitting back, inviting pressure, and it's only a matter of time before AFC Wimbledon score a 4th. God forbid. They score a 4th. This is AFC Wimbledon, mind you, who are good on the offense, but just, lack that final third quality sometimes. AFC Wimbledon could potentially score 4. Okay. So the header away there, Crewe were on a kind of a 2-on-2 there, And Chris Long tries to catch Nick Zanev out off his line, but Long just drives it low and hard instead. Long ball for Osu here. Adebisi gets caught out low and hard. Palmer picks it up at the top of the 18, tries to drive it, and Terrell Thomas gets in the way. Yeah, Adebisi got caught out there. A ball lumped over the top to Paul Osu. Paul Osu plays it down to the top of the 18 to Palmer, and Palmer takes one touch to his left, tries to drive it. Oof. It's only a matter of time, boys. Ball lumped forward, intended for Long. This time, Daniel Chucko wins the header. Crewe are really depending on that knockdown off the long ball, but that's pretty much it. Now an overlap here from Jack Redoni for Alex Woodyard's going to be taking on his man. Square to oh, that's brilliant from McCormick. Square to McCormick, and McCormick waits the pass perfectly through ball to Redoni, and Redoni tries to drive it low and hard and into the near post, and the keeper kind of gets down to the near post very quickly. Decent stop there from Richards, who's kind of had a bit of a rough game. That's kind of been a bit of a sprinkle on top of the shit, if you will, for the keeper there. Good save, low and hard to the near post there. Crewe come forward, try to play it over to Porter, and Hennigan, again, good defensive positioning as usual this season. That's brilliant from McCormick. I mean, that first touch really was great. Again, maybe Redoni could have been a little bit more clinical there with that chance. His first touch was good, you know. His first touch was a controlled one because the pass from McCormick was put with a little bit of pace. So Redoni, first touch was toward his body. Unfortunately, you know, it was kind of too close to his body, so when he tried to drive it with pace, you know, the ball wasn't too far ahead of him for him to step onto the shot. Rather, it was kind of just, you know, a bit of a wind-up shot. So the shot wasn't put in with enough power on that near post. But again, Redoni has not really been as clinical as you would like him to be in recent games. I think that could also be another example where he could have maybe try to put a little bit more pace on the shot, or maybe place it a little bit better. But you know, Redoni has been decent this game too in the aerial battles. Won a couple headers. You know, he's been good on the 1v1s. You know, he tries to take his man on and then lay it off square to somebody. So Rudy has been decent. Maybe not in the finishing in games lately, but I think he's been decent in this game. That being said, Henry Lawrence is going to be coming on as a substitute, maybe for some fresh legs here. I think he'll be coming on, ideally maybe for Guinness Walker, maybe to, you know, provide a little bit more defensive solidity. We'll see. He comes up for Osu. Okay, Osu has a bit of a knock. Yeah, so Osu's coming off. Onwards and upwards now, hopefully. Go on a run of wins to forget about any relegation fear. You know, relegation is always a possibility, right? Especially with AFC Wimbledon's history of fighting relegation. Like I said in previous streams, I do think that they are more talented this season than in, you know, 3-4 seasons prior. I think that now is the season, or now was the season for them to try to break out and finish mid-table. I don't think we need a run of wins after this one just to have a chance to stay up. I think Wimbledon will still have these performances every now and again, like we're seeing against Crewe today. But it's nice to go on a win streak to at least solidify your position above the relegation zone and maybe start to push for mid-table again. So if they get a string of wins, they'll start to push for 13th, 12th, and start to push for mid-table solidity. Oof.
Sal was putting in a late bid to try and get on the end of it, and Crewe needed the evasive action once again of Dave Richards to get it clear. Here they are now with the substitute, Regan Griffiths. Combination of tough 70s detective and Jobsworth at Grange Hill.
Okay, Charlton 2-2 now against Morecambe. Not a bad result, because Morecambe are still below us on the table, and they're still dropping points in case they do remain with that draw. And then if Charlton, you know, drop points, we can maybe leapfrog ahead of them next game if they lose and we win. Ipswich are losing. Not a bad result either. It's, who are they playing? Yeah, they're playing against Rotherham. So Rotherham are already, you know, in the top, top 5? Actually, they're first as it stands. Ooh, Long plays it over the top here to Kashket. Daniel Chaka, nicely done there. Good defending. Not allowing Chaka, I'm sorry, Kashket. Not allowing, excuse me. Chaka not allowing Kashket in the end to get by him. Chaka just kind of shields it and allows Zanev to collect. I would have to agree.
Showing that he certainly hasn't given up the ghost despite the unfavourable scoreline and the fact that the Dons have, well, been the dominant force pretty much from start to finish here this evening. Here come Crewe once again, enjoying a greater share of the attacking play in the last few moments.
Crewe are going to play it out wide here now.
Down that right-hand side.
Jack Rodoni helping out on the defensive end there. Ooh, that looked scary, but the shot kind of hooked out a little bit. But since Rodoni was helping out on the double team there, it allowed a little bit of space there for the substitute there, Oliver Finney, to try to strike towards goal, but he kind of shanked it in it out. Oh, that was Lowry, excuse me, on the shot. No, that wasn't Lowry. No, I was right. It was Regan Griffiths, okay. Coming in as a substitute. Oh, no, Lowry was in the shot, but then they pointed to Griffiths for some reason. Nope, it was Griffiths. Okay, so the commentator said you know, sometimes you can confuse the players. It was Griffiths coming out as a substitute, try to blast it. Oh, that's no way. There was a goal kick from Zanev there, and a header won easily by Presley, who just came on as a substitute and allowed McCormick to break. And it looked to me like Adebisi lost balance and stumbled over McCormick, but McCormick tripped as a result. You know, even though it was accidental, that's still surely a foul. It was just outside the box, but the referee didn't deem it to be so. Yeah, Aaron Presley just came on, by the way, and his first piece of action was a free header. Nobody picked up Aaron Presley. He was able to nod it forward into space. It was a well-placed header, too. Not only did he win the knockdown, but he was able to place the header very well, allowing McCormick to break. And that was a foul. I mean, Adebisi tripped up over himself, which tripped up McCormick as a result. Anyway, Presley playing square there to Asal. Referee will blow it back, though, as Presley did get fouled. Thought the ref could have played an advantage there. Yeah, the ball's on the right-hand side. Yeah, I mean, it wasn't a completely dangerous opportunity, but it looked to me like Asal had a little bit of space to try to attack, so I think maybe ref could have held back there.
Certainly a very frustrating outcome for the Dons on that particular occasion, and one you sense that might only be rectified if they can perhaps
yeah. All right, we'll see how this free kick goes. Usually Hardigan is notable. Hardigan has been notable for set pieces on the wide areas, but okay, he just plays it square to Lawrence here. Oh, Lawrence has a go. Yeah, way wide though. A little bit over, way wide.
But I think the overriding emotion there is perhaps the what might have been situation with that Dons who are on the attack.
There are 215 Crewe fans here.
Yes, indeed. Maybe to try and come forward themselves once again. Played forward down that right-hand side, but well, Lowry got a touch on it, but couldn't quite keep it in play. Throw into the Dons on the far side.
Incredible, really.
I actually replied to 9 Years podcast when they said their tweet that said Presley coming on, Palmer coming off, and I said, oh, Presley making an impact off the bench already. But then I feel like with that comment, the way I worded it, because I made it, it was a really quick reply, obviously, because I'm still focused on the game. The way I worded it, kind of was, the connotation was that Palmer didn't have a good game, and I'm like, oh, Presley's coming off the bench, he's making an impact already. But no, Ollie Palmer's had a great game as well. But what I'm trying to say is that, you know, Aaron Presley has had a decent run of games as well lately. You know, in the games where Ollie Palmer was injured and Presley was starting, he was kind of out of his element a little bit, and a lot of pressure was put on him. But now that, you know, it's a combination of you know, he's finding himself within the team more. You know, his chemistry with the team is getting better. He's getting the service more. It's a combination of all that, as well as the fact that him coming off the bench puts less pressure on him in general. He can come off the bench, fresh legs, win some headers, play some, you know, hold the ball up and play, you know, play a pass square or something. Instead of having the pressure put on him as the sole striker, with, you know, Ollie Palmer being injured. So I think Ollie Palmer starting and Presley coming off the bench for Palmer has worked wonders for us ever since Ollie Palmer's come back. Finney will try to lump the cross in. Good positioning there by Henry Lawrence to nick it. Going to be a corner kick here for Crewe.
From their left-hand side, 8.5 minutes to go. Plus whatever additional time is added on at the end. It's going to be Regan Griffiths who's going to take the corner for Crewe. It's 6 players forward inside the penalty area. Now 7.
Oh shit, hold on. I'm going to rewind a little bit there. I missed it. Okay, so corner kick comes in. Oh, wow. That was top of the 6th. Nobody ended up picking up. Can't see the number there for Crewe. Somebody just came in from like the top, or in between the top of the 18 and the penalty spot, just came charging in and won the header top of the 6th, but the header was wide. Wow. Thank God that didn't go in. I can't really point out like who was picking him up there, because obviously the camera was following the play and you just saw the play kind of happen last second.
Inside the Crewe half, but first we're going to see the introduction, as we did on Saturday, of
live results. Okay, all of a sudden, I see, you know, like 10 minutes ago when I checked the live results, I saw a few results above AFC Wimbledon. They were all green, well, mainly 9th through 13th, but now Lincoln were losing. Accrington, oh, never mind. I'm completely. Don't worry, don't mind me. Yeah, Accrington's still losing 4-0 to Burton. I already pointed that out. Lincoln were 1-0 down against Portsmouth, and now they gave away a goal not too long ago. 2-0. Shrewsbury, wow. Shrewsbury are tied against Sunderland. Even with a red card. I mean, they were down 1-0 against Sunderland. They got a red card, and they're still equalized against Sunderland. Interesting. Huh, Sunderland are in shambles, man. Uh-oh. Cash kick. Oh, great defending there by Van Hennigan. I mean, initially, Kashkit was in the midfield, and he took a touch over Chuka, and Kashkit just started sprinting, but Ben Hennigan just got there just in the nick of time. Maybe a touch too many there from Kashkit as he tried to take a touch down towards closer to the top of the 6th, you know, trying to get closer to goal. But I think, you know, had he tried to strike it at around the top of the 18, maybe could have given Zanev some problems. Good recovery there from Nick Zanev, and Kashkit just beating Chuka for pace there. I don't really blame Chuka that much. Just didn't really expect it. You know, Kashkit off the ball, quick pace. And now Kashkit's trying to beat Nessiganis Walker on that right-hand side. Nessiganis Walker getting his foot in the way, though. Hard to beat Guinness Walker for pace, even though, you know, I gave him some stick. Some fans give him some stick for being out of position, but in a foot race, Nessiganis Walker, hard to beat. Well, I will say Kashkit's a little bit faster than Guinness Walker. Guinness Walker, you know, if he's in position, he will make the sliding challenge. So I think Kashkit has kind of transitioned into an outside midfielder now. Crewe Alexandra have kind of transitioned into a 4-4-2 with Kashket playing kind of like as an outside mid now. I think Crewe should have done this since the beginning, really. Obviously, Kashket is, you know, in a 5, the outside backs have a little bit more freedom to go up, but I think Kashket should play as an outside mid rather than outside back in a 5. I think they should have done this earlier. But, you know, I'll take it. Anyway, Presley winning a header once again, allowing a Sal to back heel it. Oh, no, it's going to be a goal kick. Yeah, the header was a little bit strong for a Sal. He tried to back heel it off of the defender, but the ball was already out by the time he back heeled it.
With Finney now midway inside his own half, tries to turn away from Hart again, and Don's man thought to have challenged the Crewe substitute illegally. Another free kick then to Crewe midway inside their half. 4 minutes remaining, plus whatever additional time is deemed necessary. Richards comes out of his penalty area to take the kick.
Excuse me, I'm drinking a caffeinated drink. I like to burp sometimes when I drink caffeinated drinks. Not soda though. Soda is really bad. I usually stick to sparkling water, or in this case, natural green tea, no sugar energy drinks. Just keep myself energized a little bit for the stream. I didn't have to wake up early for this game, obviously, but anyway, they played over to Kashket. Kashket, first touch let him down, tried to chest it. Yeah. I mean, I don't really have much else to say. I think AFC Wimbledon have kind of just... They haven't sat back, but I think Crewe, aside from Kashket, who has kind of made the occasional run forward, I think Crewe have just kind of given up. I think their body language just kind of... Their body language just kind of tells the story, like, you know... They don't look to me like they're a team at the moment that want to win a game. I mean, you see Long just... Obviously, it's a throw-in, so Long doesn't have much to do, but Long is just standing there, hand on hips. You see Porter just kind of like... He's preparing for an anticipation just in case he tries to... In case there's an errant touch, but, you know, some of the players are just kind of defeated, if you will. They look defeated to me. So I think it's only a matter of time before AFC Wimbledon maybe score a fourth. But Nesigas Walker gets picked off by none other than Kashket. Kashket came sprinting back to pick him off. But now it looks to me like Crewe give it away. Top of the box, Ayub, but Sal lays it off for Aaron Presley. Oh, still in. Presley tries to drive it low and hard, but unfortunately straight at the keeper's feet. The keeper just kind of used his foot to parry it out wide, and Presley tried to lump it back into the box. Who gave it away there? Yeah, again, like I said, I mean, Crewe Alexandra just looked to me like they've given up. Kashket, you know, he dispossesses. Yeah, and then just number 18 there, coming on as a substitute. Regan Griffiths just a little bit too casual on the ball. It takes 1, 2, 3 touches. Anyway, I'm a bit behind right now. I'm about 10 seconds behind. So Long has it on that left-hand side here. Plays it to Hent. Okay, that was a really good... Okay, it's a goal here for Crewe. That was a really good cross, low and hard. Excuse me, I just jinxed AFC Wimbledon because Long was taking on Hennigan. Step over, left foot, drives it low and hard to Porter, and Porter was just there, right place, right time. Excuse me for jinxing you guys. I mean, that was really good. I mean, it was a quick change of pace there from Long, low and hard, and it looks to me like positioning was very, very poor there from AFC Wimbledon. Chukka's got to recognize that. But then again, it also was at the fault of Henry Lawrence. Henry Lawrence tried to follow the play. He was looking at his defender, but he got caught ball watching for a couple of seconds after. You know, to be fair, he tried to keep track of where his defender was. But then the ball was driven low and hard down the 6. Long could have easily played whoever that was at the top of the box, but instead they drive it low and hard to Porter, who finishes it. And sorry if my analysis of that particular play was kind of errant there, but yeah, Chukka was kind of caught a little bit out of position there. I mean, to be fair, you know, Henry Lawrence was a little bit too far forward, so Chukka wants to try to stay around that top of the 6 area. But I think if you're Chukka, try to recognize that and try to get ahead of your defender. But to be fair, Long just kind of Slowed the play down. All of a sudden, boom, to his left. Drove it low and hard. Just kind of caught Chuck off guard. And honestly, just a quick play. Just a quick hit from Crewe Alexandra. And if we give away this win, I will be freaking fuming. Now, Crewe on the ball here with Adebisi. Top of the midfield area here.
Now Williams making his way forward. Finds McFadzean on the near side. Tries to deliver the ball into centre field. Woodyard gets there first. Tries to find Presley. In the end,
now, all numbers behind here for AFC Wimbledon. All 11 men behind the ball here. Allows Adebisi to... Oh, he has time and space. He comes forward. Tries to get the cross off, but the cross was blocked there. It looks to me... George Marsh and Jack Rodoni are screaming at one another. I'm trying to see... Because George Marsh just came on as a substitute not too long ago. I'm trying to see exactly whose fault that was. Because there was a run in behind. And Jack Rodoni didn't recognize that right away. So he tried to recover, make that recovery run. And George Marsh was screaming at Jack Rodoni. So I'm rewinding a little bit here. Corner kick was taken quickly here by Crewe. Lowry tries to put in the cross. Top of the 6. Long tries to get his head on it. Gets underneath the ball a little bit. Goes over the bar. I mean, sketchy stuff now from AFC Wimbledon. To be fair to Jack Rodoni on that play, it was just a quick run. It was a quick run being made by none other than motherfucking Cashkit, man. He has been all over the place for Crewe today. Cashkit, have yourself a bow, son. I mean, he was the one that made that overlapping run, and Jack Rodoni tried to recover, and George Marsh got in the block. And then after that, just proceeded to have a screaming match with Jack Rodoni. That's not something you want to see towards the latter half of the game. But we'll see. We'll see if they can hold up.
needlessly conceded throw once again, and that's again another Achilles heel we've seen from Crewe this evening. Just sometimes basic passes going astray. And
couple of AFC Wimbledon chants, but I think that most of the crowd are kind of holding their breath right now. They're trying to just see this game out. I don't know how much stoppage time there is because iFollow is not letting me know. I would have to assume 4 minutes of stoppage time right now because Crewe are not lumping the ball forward. They're still trying to possess and trying to find that final pass. So still 1 minute of stoppage time at least. 3 minutes down. I think 4 minutes is the verdict. Okay, Cashkit on that right-hand side here. He's going to try to take his man on. Takes it towards the center. Plays a cross in, or tries to switch the play. But good header away there by Ayuba Sal. Clearance made. Ayuba Sal's going to charge forward. He's going to get there first, I think. No. Actually comes clattering into the center back there. Williams. And now Williams is going to get in his face. Asal's going to shove him back. To be fair, I mean, that was kind of a mistimed challenge there by Asal. He tried to get there first. And I think Asal was just kind of surprised because, you know, it took a few seconds for Williams just to get up, and then all of a sudden Williams just gets in his face, you know. And I think Asal... I think also Williams was like, hey, man, you tackle me like that? Help me up, man. Asal didn't like say anything to him. Asal was just like, he made the challenge. He was starting to walk away. And then Williams got in his face. And then Asal was like, get the fuck off me, man. I think Asal could have maybe tried to help him up, to be fair. I think Asal... And he got a red card. Asal got a red card. I think it was for a combination. It might have been a yellow card for the challenge. And then another yellow card for the push. So I think it's a double yellow here for Asal. To be fair, Asal is a feisty character. And, you know, he's got to control. He's got to control his emotions here. And now, you know, as Ayuba Sal, he's going to be suspended for the next game. Was it a straight red? Oh, I'm here from the commentary as a straight red. I thought it might have been a double yellow. So it was a red. It was a straight red. Huh. Well, that's not good for us. I mean, we're not going to be... I mean, Ayoub Assal was all over the place today. He's one of the players that, you know, we want to see him play every game, time in and time out. Very good work rate. He's going to be missing the next game, unfortunately. So it's a combination of him not keeping his head and the referee just giving him a straight red. I don't agree with that. I don't agree with the straight red. I could argue a double yellow, maybe. But a straight red for what? The challenge was mistimed, but it wasn't a high boot. I mean, he came in thigh first, I think. You know, that should have been a yellow, of course. I agree with a potential double yellow, but not a straight red. Anyway, Kashka tries to come forward. He tries to lump a ball into the box. It was easily blocked and sought out by, by George Marsh. And now, blow the fucking whistle, man. 6 minutes patch stoppage time. Come on, man. Maybe an extra minute added on from you know, that scuffle and that red card. So, oh boy, here we go. Another ball on forward here for Crewe. Nobody wins the header, but it bounces towards Adebisi on that right-hand side. Defended. Adebisi tries to put in the cross. It was way over the bar. I think that's it. I think AFC Wimbledon will freaking survive this game. Just blow the freaking whistle. Come on. Come on. We've gone through enough stress already as AFC Wimbledon fans. We need a win, man. Come on. Come on. Blow it. Goal kick here for... Okay, well, the referee's probably going to blow the whistle after the goal kick is taken.
I think we're pretty much at the end of the 6 additional minutes. Nick Zanev now some good distance hopefully on this goal kick. The referee, though, no closer to blowing his whistle. Presley flicks the ball on. Retrieved now from...
7 minutes past stoppage time. Still in it. Crewe are lumping the ball forward. First header won by, I think, Hennigan. Second, yeah, Hennigan once again on the ball there on the header. Hardigan's going to play it square to Presley. Presley's going to take it himself. Plays it long for Hardigan down the touchline. Ball goes out, though. Look at the crowd. I mean, they are freaking pissed. Some people in the stands are waving their arms and like, what the fuck? I think one of the fans was doing this to the ref, like, hey, you fucking wine cup, blow the whistle, mate. Come on. Come on. 8 minutes past stoppage time. What do you want about ref? Come on. Yes! Yes! Come on. I shouldn't be this excited. I should have been like, all right, great game, AFC Wimbledon, but it became a nail-biter towards the last 10 minutes. I mean, AFC Wimbledon, they started to relax a little bit. They started to invite a little bit of pressure, as teams generally do when they're up 2 goals. They start to sit back a little bit. To be fair, the first half of the second half, they were still playing the way that they normally play. They still put on the press. Crewe Alexandra gave the ball away cheaply. And, you know, they're kind of... you know, they didn't really have an answer. I mean, for the first half of that first half, Crewe Alexandra just really did not look in their element. And AFC Wimbledon ate it all up. But last 15 minutes, notably with Kashket was sort of the player that kind of kicked off the last 15 minutes of play where Crewe started to pile on the pressure. Oops, my bad. Kashket, on one instance, he had the ball in midfield, kind of chipped it over Chuka and was trying to sprint inside the top of the 18-yard box. Luckily, Hennigan was able to recover there and got the ball away. But Crewe Alexandra started to pile on the pressure. They started to get numbers forward. Credit to Long there on the 1v1 there between him and Hennigan. Not a 1v1 per se, but he had the ball at the top of the 18 on the left-hand side. Kind of slowed the play down. All of a sudden, quick step over, quick touch to the left, quick ball driven down the 6-yard box, and Chuka wasn't able to get his foot on that. Chuka was to blame a little bit on the first and the second goal. The first goal kind of caught out ball watching a little bit and failed to track back the run made by Chris Long, who had a very good finish. Very good finish there. First 10 minutes. Okay, so I was pretty much just summarizing what happened in the final 15 minutes. I will get back into that. Let me start over from square one. First 10 minutes, all AFC Wimbledon, controlling possession, 1-2s, played between Woodyard and Nesta Guinness-Walker, who came forward on the attack. And sometimes Jack Rodoni would be on the overlap. Sometimes McCormick would be playing the first ball, and then he would make a run out wide to receive the 1-2. Notably later in the game, in the second half of the first half and in the first half of the second half, it was all McCormick. McCormick was off the ball, on the ball, solid. The first 10 minutes, it was pretty much Woodyard, Rodoni, Nesta Guinness-Walker combining with one another. The first goal came from a giveaway, though. 1-2 play between Woodyard, and Woodyard tried to make a run on the outside. Guinness-Walker tried to play it, maybe forcing the pass a little bit. But AFC Wimbledon still looked okay. But unfortunately, it was Daniel Chukka getting caught over the top. Ball played to Long, and great finish from Long. After that, though, they didn't let their heads drop, AFC Wimbledon. I mean, they kept playing the way that they were playing. I wasn't too concerned when the stream was happening. You guys saw the reaction after the goal. I wasn't too concerned, and AFC Wimbledon kept piling on the pressure. With trying to look back at my notes here. Hold on. I'm gonna pause real quick. I'm gonna edit this out for my live stream. First of all, let me pull up my. If you guys want to stick around, you guys can stick around for a little bit. I'm gonna be. Hold on one second. I'm just pulling up the doc that shows my notes. Yeah, so good 1-2s early. Unfortunately, they gave away one opportunity, and that one opportunity was converted by Crewe early. McCormick was great with off the ball runs, and on the ball, his first touch was fantastic. There was one play in which there was a ball that was kind of over his head, and then he quickly turned, left foot, took a first touch, played a through ball to Ollie Palmer, and Ollie Palmer tried to take his man on. I think that was Ollie Palmer. I don't remember if it was him or Jack Rodoni on. I think it was Jack Rodoni who tried to play a cross in that instance. But 30th minute, Nesta Guinness-Walker draws a foul after he comes forward. Very good work from Nesta Guinness-Walker all game on the offensive front in that particular minute of the game, in the 30th minute. He was able to beat his man, take a touch forward, and draw the foul. He's pretty good at drawing the fouls, as we clearly saw against Portsmouth, maybe milking the contact a little bit, but I think it was enough for a penalty. But very good at drawing the foul. The header, I think it was headed away by Crewe, but then on that same play, McCormick tried to blast it towards goal. Not very accurate. It was kind of towards the keeper, bounced off the defender's head, bounced off Palmer's face, and Palmer was clutching his face for a good minute or so. But then Ollie Palmer got back up. Next play, Ollie Palmer was able to outmuscle Sass Davies on the long ball from Hennigan, nods it towards Ayuba Sal, and well defended by Terrell Thomas, former Dons man, of course, to see out the play, and Asal was forced to play it back over to Woodyard. Woodyard plays it over to Osu. Osu cross, top of the box. Nesta Guinness-Walker hits it on the volley, side foot, maybe not the most power in the world, but the keeper, I forget his name, Richards, really did not have a good game, I will say, for Crewe. And the second goal that was scored, I'm sorry, I skipped over the first goal. Jack Rodoni scored in the 24th minute off of a header, cross, header. Keeper tried to save it, but unfortunately, he came out at first, but then tried to come back and try to recover. The header was past the line. Keeper couldn't keep it out. But anyway, the second goal, volley from Nesta Guinness-Walker. Keeper didn't parry it far enough. It was, you either got to hold on to it or you got to parry it like 6-7 yards away. It was in between. Jack Rodoni, poacher, pounced on the ball, but it wasn't him on the finish. He laid it off to Palmer, who just tapped it in. And then Ollie Palmer, lifting the shirt. Ollie Palmer, I don't know what that celebration was exactly, but maybe he was showing his guns, he was showing his core. He was, I think it was from him, beating Sass Davies on the physicality. I think he was trying to express his, I don't know. He just lifted his shirt. I don't know what he was doing there for the celebration. But then he got on the score sheet again a few minutes later. Ayuba Sal, able to not dispossess, but he's able to intercept a pass from Terrell Thomas off the throw-in, off the side. I don't know what Terrell Thomas was thinking, playing it square inside your own 18-yard box. But Asal, with the in-game IQ, he's able to see that pass being made before that pass is even made. He's able to take a touch and then take another touch towards the 6. Draws the foul. Ollie Palmer slots. And then from there, the rest of the half, you know, they kept playing the way that they were playing. And then, you know, 51st minute, there was a spell of possession in which Nessa Guinness-Walker was a bit poor. He tried to nutmeg his defender, tried to be too cute on the ball, gave it away. And then there was a through ball played in towards the right. And then Hennigan was trying to defend. There was a cross low and hard from Long. Tried to play it over to the other striker, Porter, back post. But it was Chukka who stuck a leg out and stopped the attack from it was not a cross per se, but a driven square ball down the 18-yard box intended for Porter, but it was Chukka who got on the end of that one. That was one of Chukka's positives of the game. Unfortunately, Chukka really didn't have the best game overall. Kind of at fault for the first goal, losing his mark, and the second goal, you know, maybe not reacting quick enough to the cross low and hard. And then, you know, some sketchy stuff towards the end with Kashka being a major problem for AFC Wimbledon. He kind of transitioned into an outside mid instead of an outside back. He really posed some problems for the Dons, and the Dons were kind of caught a little bit, sitting back in the last 15 minutes, 10 minutes or so, and they almost gave away a couple of chances with a cross coming in from Kashka. I think it was intended for Long. His header was a bit over, a few yards over the bar from about 8 yards out, and then a couple of chances like that, a couple of half chances from Crewe. Thankfully, AFC Wimbledon saw it out. But my man of the match here, until McCormick came off, I would say McCormick. Even though he wasn't involved in any of the goals, he was involved in a lot of the half chances that were created. And McCormick did very well off the ball. But since McCormick didn't stay on the whole game, I'm not going to say McCormick is my overall man of the match. I'm going to say my overall man of the match, my boy Ollie Palmer. He came off too. I mean, I'm a bit hypocritical by saying that because he did come off for Aaron Presley. But he was winning several knockdowns. He was holding the ball up, playing a couple of outside, square balls on the overlap for the likes of Asal and Radoni. And I think overall, Ollie Palmer is just a very complete striker, and I think he was a major problem for Crewe Alexandra. But overall, I don't really have a man of the match. I would say either Palmer or McCormick, but I just think that the whole team played very well as a unit. Stringing together good passes, not forcing too many passes, not playing the ball long every time, being selective with the long balls. And overall, I think they played very well. The last 10-15 minutes were kind of sketchy. Got to work on that in the future, but overall, I'm happy with the performance. What happened with Asal? 2 yellows? No, straight red. So what happened? Ayoub Asal is kind of known. Ayoub Asal is kind of known to be a little bit of a hothead, right? So there was a bit of a 40-60. It was a long ball played over the top, and he tried to run onto it, and it was Sass Davies who got the clearance in. Ayoub Asal kind of stuck the challenge in. It wasn't a high boot, and it wasn't studs up, but he kind of, if I were to demonstrate, he kind of brought his left leg in. He tried to stick his foot out to try to get a little nick on the ball, and collided with Sass Davies. That wasn't the red card offense, though. Sass Davies got brought down. Sass Davies got in his face, hey, what the fuck, man? That was a poor challenge. He shoved. No, he got in his face, kind of gave a little bit of a shove to Asal, and then Asal just full-on pushed him, double hand, get the fuck off me, bro. I don't agree with the red. Neither challenge was a straight red. The challenge was a yellow, but it wasn't studs up. I would have to look back at that just to confirm, to make sure that I'm not going crazy here. Let me look back at that just to make sure. See, I'm on the iFollow real quick. I don't think it was studs up, but I want to make sure. Yeah, it was clearance from Presley, hooked high and forward. Ooh. Okay, maybe there was a little bit of studs there with his right foot. Yeah, no, it wasn't studs up though. He tried to bring his right foot out to try to get to the ball, but the collision was with the thigh area / this kind of upper calf area. That's where the collision was made. And then, you know, Ayuba Sal gave a two-handed shove. You know, didn't do anything else. They kind of tangled with one another, getting in each other's face after the shove from Asal. I don't agree with the red card, though, personally. Because the challenge itself was a yellow. It wasn't a red. And then I would agree with the double yellow, but not a straight red. So that's where the confusion kind of comes in. Asal is going to be missing the next game, obviously, with that. I still think it's on Asal to keep his head, you know? Don't get into these scuffles, especially late in the game, too, you know? Especially if you're a critical piece to this team. I think Asal was kind of expecting to get a yellow. Like, he's like, oh, get the fuck off me, bro. Okay, referee's coming over. Okay, he's going to give me a yellow, right? Still, you got to keep your head in those instances if you're Ayuba Sal. That's kind of... Yeah. I know, someone make a meme out of that. Someone make a meme out of Mark Robinson freaking getting in a little bit of a scuffle with Kashket in the first half, actually. I forgot to mention that. Kashket was trying to receive a ball that was going out of bounds, and Robinson put his foot on the ball, kind of directing traffic, kind of giving directions to his team. And then Kashket, instead of trying to grab the ball or be like, hey, ball please, his first reaction is just kind of to shove Robinson, and then Robinson kind of like kicks out at him, like, what the fuck are you doing, bro? Get off me. So this whole game was just entertaining through and through. I mean, AFC Wimbledon playing really well for the first 75 minutes, and then all of a sudden a nail-biting last 15 minutes. You know, with a little bit of drama with Mark Robinson, with Kashket, with Asal and Sass Davies. Great game of football. Very entertaining, I gotta say. And overall, solid performance from the Dons aside from the last 15 minutes. I think there are a lot of positives to take forward from this game, and I'm very happy with the way they played overall. So, that being said, I'm freaking hungry. I'm going to get some food, man. I am starving. So, thank you guys for watching. See you guys on the flip side. Come on, you don't.